Hey everybody, Dope666 here, back finally. I know it's been a long time, I haven't done an update in a while. Like I said in my last video, YouTube struck down my last update when I tried to upload it in December. So as you can see, I've got a new angle going, not featuring films again, but we've got a little music going. We're still going to talk about some horror movies, so yeah. Happy New Year, guys. Let's get right into this. Cheers, everybody. Alright. Cheers again, everybody. Alright, let's get right into this, guys. First one we have here is Clown Motel. And the only name I really knew was Ari Lehman, who is the original Jason. This was pretty fun. Like, it's definitely the worst in this update. But, you know, I've seen worse, but yeah, this was pretty bad. Even for Dollar Store, this is about as bad as they come. So, steer clear if that's not really your thing. Hasn't really worked out where I'm going to put these yet. There we go. That'll work. Alright, next up we have Predator Island. This one reminded me a lot of, like, Night Feeders from 2006. Let me get the light right so you guys can see these artworks a little better. But yeah, this one was a lot better than Clown Motel, to say the least. Still very, very cheesy, early 2000s, you know, creature feature sort of stuff, but I had a lot of fun with it. Alright. Next few are not going to be so horror, but, you know, they come from the Dollar Store alongside my horror pickups. This one's Officer Downe. Still gotta make sure that you guys can see it. I'm gonna have to get a light installed over there or something. But yeah, this one was kind of lackluster for a magnet release. But you know, I had a good time with it. It just seems like it could have been executed a little bit better. But I wasn't really aware of the Officer Downe character before, so it wasn't like a huge letdown for me or anything. I thought it was okay. All right. Another one here, we have The Adventures of Young Van Helsing. This one was pretty bad as well. More action-y, not really horror at all. Still, you know, early 2000s video store rental trash. The kind of stuff that I at least like to seek out and check out. This one just didn't quite do it for me. Another Dollar Store pickup here, we have Voodoo Apocalypse. This one was really low budget as well. I did like it a lot, though. It was, you know, trying to give the style a shot, but, you know, you can see that it was made fairly recently, despite it trying to be, you know, aesthetically pleasing, like a 70s beat-up print or something. But, you know, fun storyline, pretty bad acting for the most part. You know, it goes hand in hand with most schlocky horror films. Alright, we've got another Dollar Store pickup here. How I found a Shudder exclusive at the Dollar Store is beyond me, but One Cut of the Dead. This is like a single cut zombie movie from Japan, and it's pretty damn funny. It's more of a comedy, but still, you know, lots of zombie fun to be had in here, so check that out if that's what you're about. You guys know zombies are not really my thing, but I had fun with that, though. Alright, we've got some, like, Bigfoot, Abominable Snowman movies, you know. We've got Abominable. This is what I assume to be a remake of Abominable from the early 2000s. I really wish that I could just get the light so you guys could see these cases better. But, yeah, the artwork's pretty cool on this one. Definitely a step down from the other film, but, you know, I'm not complaining. Still a bloody good time, you know. Alright. Let me do this one. This one. Okay, we have Hunting Grounds. More of a traditional Bigfoot movie, just a creature feature. There's a monster out in the woods. Everyone's looking for it. People are going missing. It turns out that there are multiple Bigfoots in this movie, and while the costumes are kind of stupid and hokey, there's still lots of fun to be had here. You know, Dollar Store stuff, you know, you get what you pay for. It is what it is. You have to be about that, I guess. Alright, we've got another Bigfoot movie here. This one's called Monstrous. but this is more of a psychological thing. Like, the Bigfoot premise is more of a subplot sort of thing, and the character interactions between the two main characters are that's the focal point of this movie. And it's actually done pretty well. Kind of weird and confusing at times, but a satisfying ending, though, so check that out if that's what you want. Bigfoot movies, unconventional Bigfoot movie, I would say. All right, I've got a snapper case here, something that I was never super into growing up. I have love for it, but I don't think I ever even acquired it until now. We have the Goonies, and it's just Steven Spielberg, Richard Donner film. Take it or leave it. This is not really my thing, but I'll definitely watch it a few times, I'm sure. Always fun to find a snapper case. Okay, next up we have Deathgasm. You guys might have seen me and my boy Dan the Sandman review this one recently, a few months back. We watched it together at his pad when we were hanging out, and I loved it so much. Had to, of course, go out and find a copy. Not really sure where I found this Blu-ray. I can't really remember, but it's got a sick little vinyl looking disc in there, reversible artworks and stuff. Pretty cool. Dark Sky always puts out really good stuff, so not too big of a surprise there. Get that back in there real quick. And up next we have Resident Evil, the original, but this is a new Steelbook. See you guys. It's kind of holographic, sort of, but it's also matte. Hoping you guys can see that. I can't really tell from this far from the camera, but definitely another cool Steelbook release. Not too much going on, artwork-wise on the inside. Just the disc, plain metallic red. It still looks great though. Like I wanted it. As soon as I saw it, I was like, okay, I'm gonna have to get that. So there we go. Resident Evil classic. All right. Got a couple Severin releases up next. We have Lucio Fulci's Demonia, widely considered to be his last great film. I still like films of his after this, so still a very, very depraved entry into the nunsploitation genre, very gory and sacrilegious, and very Fulci. So, if you're a big fan of Italian horror in general, I would definitely seek this out. Next, we have Castle of the Creeping Flesh. This is from 1968. Pretty schlocky, very sleazy, Euro sleazy. Still lots of, good fun. There's a pretty gnarly segment, or a couple segments in the movie that are actually like what I believe to be stock footage from a heart surgery. And it can be kind of hard to watch as it's real, it's pretty nasty looking. So, if that's not what you're about, maybe steer clear, but this is a pretty classic film from the 60s. I'm very happy to have it. Severin's always putting out really good stuff, too. And so is Scream Factory. I had to upgrade finally to their Blu-ray of Black Christmas. Absolutely love this movie. Bob Clark. It's my favorite Bob Clark movie. Reversible artwork on this as well. Guess I'll flip that around so you guys can... I'll just take it out so you guys can see. Hoping you guys can see. Alright. Gotta get it in there straight, you know what I mean? Alright, but yeah, this is actually, they're both Blu-ray. Yeah, this is actually a 2-disc collector's edition, so there's lots of special features on this, on the second disc. So, I've dug into it a little bit during Christmas time, but I'm definitely gonna have to sink my teeth back into it next year. I usually don't watch it until Christmas time, though, usually. Okay, another Scream Factory here, and this is the last Blu-ray in the update. We'll get back into a few more DVDs before we wrap it up. You guys, both of these Scream Factories are upgrades. I've had my DVD forever. I actually have 2 DVDs. One rental store copy that I found a couple years ago, and then the one copy that I found at a Rite Aid for like $2.99 like 10, 12 years ago. So I've always had this film. It's my favorite slasher of all time. It's Hell Night with Linda Blair, as you can see. I had to grab this, even though it's a combo. there's not as many special features as I would have hoped. There's still lots of stuff I haven't seen, and yeah, the picture looks fantastic, as you can imagine, so well worth the upgrade. Always love Scream Factory stuff as well. Alright, we're going to break back into some DVDs here. Got another Christmas feature here. Not so directly Christmas, but it takes place on Christmas Eve, I believe. Fairly low budget, but extremely effective comedy horror, Stalled. Zombie comedy horror. Not much else I can really say about it. It's pretty simplistic. Not as much, zombie action as you would want in a particular, in a typical zombie film, but I feel it's more than made up for in the comedic elements, so give it a try. I think it was pretty fun. Just another fun Christmas horror film that you can throw on. And we have one more Christmas film that we added to the collection this year. We have Dead End with Ray Wise and Lynn Shay. This movie is also extremely, extremely funny, but also very, very creepy, effective, unique, I would say. I really, really enjoyed this. Don't even want to go too much into the plot. All I know is that if you like if you like horror movies that take place on Christmas Eve or Christmas, this is a really, really fun one. Got that one done there. All right, another comedy horror. I know there's a lot of that on this update. So we have Night of the Living Deb. This was something else that I picked up when I bought a bunch of Dark Sky releases at Rite Aid this last Halloween. And this actually didn't end up being a Dark Sky release. This is MPI Media, and there's some other insignia on here, but I don't really know what the company is. But this was a very, very good zombie comedy horror as well, and I couldn't recommend it enough. It actually was really, really fun, and not too quirky. More of just like a straightforward zombie film with some comedic elements that I thought were executed well. So it was fun. All right, we got another comedy horror. We have Stitches. This one's more akin to like a slasher film. You got this weird clown killer sort of thing named Stitchers, and well, as you can imagine, he's offing people in very comedic fashion, and they're running from him, and through the night. It's a very typical slasher sort of formula, just done with a really funny sort of twist on it. So, still fun. I think this is another Dark Sky. Yeah, this is another Dark Sky film. So that's cool. They got a lot of those this year. Alright, another snapper case, guys. We have Ghost Ship. I've had this for years and years. I absolutely love this film, even though it's not so great. You gotta love that opening scene, though, and honestly, it comes from my childhood, and, got a soft spot for it, so I had to pick up the snapper case when I saw it. Obviously, I've had that one for years. Alright, we've reached the end, guys. We have some classic Cage Rage here with some Vampire's Kiss with Nicolas Cage. And this movie is absolutely hilarious and very, very late 80s in its style. And, I know that he's an acquired taste. You either love him or hate him, but this is one of Nicolas Cage's much, much, much better films. So I really recommend it. Found this one at a Dollar Tree as well. I keep going to Dollar Tree here and there, and I still see copies of it around, so go seek it out. Definitely accessible and worth the search. And that's going to wrap it up, guys. I'm going to get this uploaded for you now, and hopefully get more active on the channel this month finally. I know that we're about halfway through January already, but let me tell you, I've been a lot more active with my bands, doing music, and not to mention, just working a ton as well, trying to, spend time with my wife in between all that, and you guys know how it goes. But like I said, I'm going to try and be more active, and I'll see you guys something else again with, I'll see you with something else real soon, guys. So take it easy, guys. Happy New Year.